Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So Miss Brittany Renner's little grift is not going the way that she thought it was going to go. It has never gone the way that she thought it was going to go. This has not gone the way that she planned since the beginning. Because this boy PJ was all in with her at first. You couldn't tell him nothing about Brittany Renner. But Brittany thinks she bigger than the program. She thinks she's bigger than the program. And she's not bigger than the program at all. And the judge, whoever the judges are seeing through the grift. And the only reason that she's acting a fool is because he just signed, PJ Washington just signed a $90 million deal with his basketball team. She now thinks that she's supposed to be entitled to an increase because he got an increase. If you wanted to get an increase when he got an increase, you should have stayed with him, married him, had the baby, been in a family, and then when he got an increase, you would have got an increase. But you didn't want to do that because you are a thought and you thought you was bigger than the program, and you not. So she filed to raise her child support from $5,500 a month to because basically $5,500 is like people's working wage. This is not an exorbitant amount of money like monthly. You see what I'm saying? People work at 9 to 5s and get $5,500 a month. So this is not some type of, you ain't keeping up no extravagant lifestyle with $5,500 a month of income. And we know that Miss Brittany likes to try to keep up appearances and keep up with the Joneses and keep up with a lifestyle that she herself cannot fund. Okay? She can't fund it. So she's doing everything that she can. She thought this was going to be a meal ticket just because. She didn't think that she would have to do all of this fighting and get this low ball amount. In her mind, this is a low ball amount from a man that she groomed in college until he got drafted in the NBA, had a baby. So that was how she locked in. She called herself locking in by having a child. And that child was supposed to be the meal ticket from here on out. She wasn't supposed to have to do much to supplement her lifestyle because the child support was supposed to do it. And anything else that she did, you know what I'm saying, interviews or being on the Basketball Wives show and all this other kind of stuff, that would have just been gravy. You understand? But her base was supposed to be digging in PJ Washington's pocket because she got that baby. So she wanted to go. She filed a petition to raise the child support from $5,500 to $35,000 every month. Girl, if you don't get up out of here, if you don't get up out of here, and from what I understand, the judge is not going. The judge is not going. That's a heck of an increase. You trying to get $30,000 increase that you trying to get out of this man's pocket. So you want this man to pay you what? Almost $500,000 a year? Because you pushed out a baby that y'all wasn't married for and he likely didn't ask you for? The grift has never gone the way that she has planned it to go. This is from a person who got on a live stream to tell everybody how dumb athletes are. And he might have made a dumb move by even having a baby with her, with somebody like her to begin with. But apparently he ain't that dumb, because he was only giving you $5,500 a month. That's where the child support landed. You're the one that's trying to make all of these petitions and trying to further dig in this man's pocket. Not because he's not taking care of his child, but because you're mad. You're mad that the grift didn't work from the get-go. You're mad that you're having to constantly go back and forth to these judges to try to get these judgments and child supports raised, and they not really doing it. You mad because he moved on to another woman. You're mad because he continues to make more and more money while you're stuck trying to figure out how to do this interview chitlin circuit you got going on, and how you're going to supplement your lifestyle because you're not getting any younger. You're not getting any younger. You chose the thought route. Because when Brittany first hit the internet, from what I understand, she was trying to be like a fitness model or something like that. You should have stayed there. You'd have been making millions of dollars per year had you stayed in that lane. Had Brittany stayed in the fitness model lane, had she been doing exercises and been on YouTube and had a YouTube channel and Instagram channel about fitness and how to work your glutes and how to do those channels, especially with her looking the way that she look and she pretty and stuff, she would have had millions of subscribers. She would have had sponsorship deals from various athletic companies, people that want to, you know what I'm saying, that want her to wear the leggings and want her to, you do the sponsorship for exercise equipment, this, that, and the third. She would have been everywhere making money. She didn't have to do the thought thing. She wanted to do the thought thing. She wanted to do that. So you moved over from a lane that could have been more than sufficient financially for her. She would have been comfortable. Once you're on YouTube and things of that nature, and you have millions of subscribers, you're making quite a bit of money. You're making quite a bit of money. You might be a millionaire after taxes, depending on how you worked it. But instead of doing things the way in a way that was had more integrity to it, that wouldn't have been putting smut on your own name, you went the smut route. You started thotting and bopping and being a groupie around these ballers and athletes and rappers and whoever else. Now you're somewhere scraping the bottom of the barrel, because trust and believe, and you scraping the bottom of the barrel anytime you letting Kevin Gates anywhere near you. Okay, and then when y'all broke up, Kevin took to the internet to tell everybody how trash your box was. Trash. He literally said it was trash. And how it sucked. Having sex with you sucked. And not in a good way. It was bad. Okay? Played with the dean in order to do that. We're not going to forget that part. Then came all the way up out the clothes to then a month or so after that, getting caught up on the internet trying to fight and argue with PJ and his woman, with your mama in the background recording it, a whole hyena fest. You trying to argue to go viral. Now you in a court looking stupid, trying to get more money out of this man than what's necessary. This is a whole little bitty baby you got. That baby don't need nothing but some Pampers and some onesies. That's all that baby need. Pampers, onesies, and some formula. Chicks in the hood get that. You don't need $5,500 to do that. Too lazy to go find you some work, some actual work that's going to pay you. Now time is ticking. Time is ticking on that thought game. You done put smut on your own name. So no man with a half a brain cell is going to deal with you in any kind of long-term way at this point. Getting a man to marry you, getting a man to, be around you and take up with you and, be a stepdad to PJ, you and PJ's son and all that kind of stuff. That's out of the window. That's gone. And you're getting older and older. It's a wrap. The grift did not work. It didn't work. Now you in a position to have, you got to find something to do, because digging in this man's pocket ain't the answer. Digging in that man's pocket for more and more money, that's not the answer, Bookie Butt. I know you used to living a certain kind of way and, trying to present yourself as if you got all of this stuff, girl. You've been homeless. You've been living with your mama. Like, don't nobody know this stuff. Don't nobody know this stuff. Don't think we don't know you had to move back home and all this kind, because you ain't got no motion. You don't got no motion. A baby mama was the highest pinnacle that you could reach, which is sad and pathetic. You didn't have any talent but to be somewhere and be cute, and didn't make nothing out of that. It's plenty of women that's their only talent is their face. They somewhere and they get somewhere and be cute for a paycheck. Some of them be dumb as a post, but they get somewhere and let somebody take a picture of them or something for a little paycheck. You couldn't even do that. I'm glad it's not working. I'm glad your little grift has fallen apart, and it's been falling apart for a minute. You've been at this man since 2021. That's when you had this baby, in 2021. Two, three, four, five. So what is the baby? A toddler or whatever? Give it up. But no, you're not gonna give it up. You can't even bother. You ain't got no motion to the point where you could not even keep a storyline up to maintain yourself on Basketball Wives. How pathetic do you gotta be? You're not even entertaining enough to maintain your spot on a ratchet show where they don't do nothing but celebrate ratchetry and arguing and hyenaism. It should have been right up your alley. But you don't have any entertainment value, do you? You're not funny. You're not particularly funny. You're not particularly witty. You're not entertaining. Nothing. Just a baby mama. Girl, jump down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.